Okay, there we go. And let me see. And it looks like we are live. Hello, welcome to another episode of Toy Box Travelers. As always, I am Max. Let's go ahead and get started in talking about some of these legend reveals that were showcased on the last Fan First. I think it was a Wednesday this time. It was kind of odd. All right, excuse the mic, which is right here for today. I'm trying to optimize this setup, but for today, I think it'll be just fine. As you guys can see on the screen, these were some of the legends that were released, right, or at the very least revealed this past Wednesday. But there are others, so let's go ahead and talk about them. But before we do, I want to show you how I actually scale and rank these, okay? Because the whole point of this is to devise a system that works for me, okay, when it comes to pre-ordering them or passing, okay? So it's the must or bust, okay? So first, I only do 4 categories, okay? I do aesthetics, right? Do I like it or not? Utility, can I use it? Does it bring things that I can use? Okay? Longevity, right? In the long run, how long am I going to keep this figure and still enjoy it, right? And at the same time, will it go up in value? Is it going to be a type of an investment figure, or is it just a throwaway? Okay, and then last one is price point, right? Because you have to look at price. We are all under a budget, right? So we need to keep that in mind, all right? Now, as far as ranking each of these categories, I do it on a scale from 1 through 4, from 1 being really bad, okay, 2 being it's below the standard, 3 is the standard, and 4 is exceptional, okay, exceeded expectations, okay. Now, if after I give each one a rank, the number adds up to more than 13, is an instant pre-order for me, okay. If it's below that 13, it's going to be really difficult for me to get them or to jump on them right away. Okay, I might still get these figures down the line, but it just means that I'm going to wait for a sale, or I'm not going to be pressured or feel the stress of having to miss out. Okay, so, and again, moving forward, just a disclaimer, these are my opinions. This system works for me, and if it works for you, feel free to use it. Okay, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And if you're watching this on the archive, right, thank you. Please don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Okay. Moving on. Okay. First, we have Sylvie. And now let me say the Sylvie from the Loki show, was one of my favorite characters. My wife and I totally enjoyed that show. But when it comes to this figure, okay, aesthetics, okay, it's going to be a 3. It looks good, right? It meets the expectation. The only thing I don't like is that hard shell coat, and I guess you guys are, I'm probably not alone on this. Utility, can I use it? 1. Okay, I am not a MCU collector, right? So I don't collect any figures from the movies. Therefore, me having this figure isn't going to boost, right, my collection or help me create, different setups. So it's a 1 for me, like really bad. Longevity, this is a 2. I can definitely see them re-releasing this type of figure with different paint apps, different pictures, etc. Right? And at the end of the day, I'm not really missing out on anything, okay? In my opinion. And then last one, price point, this is a 2. I feel like if you look at the box, the plastic, what you get out of it, you're only getting a cape, a figure, 1 interchangeable hand, and 1 accessory, okay? You're not really getting all that much. So to me, that 22 price point isn't really worth it. Therefore, I feel like this one is going to be definitely an 8, and I'm going to pass. Okay, in another universe, in an alternative universe, I might have picked it up, but not on this one. Okay. Now, this Nebula figure, number one, we have never seen this character on screen because mostly it's going to be in the new show, in the What If in Disney Plus. But already off the bat, I gotta say, I like this figure. I like this figure quite a bit. Okay, so I give it a 3. It meets expectations. All right, it's nothing special. right? It's nothing that's going to blow your mind, right? But definitely it has a very good head sculpt. The paint is all right. Okay, I like it. I just there's something about it. Now, when it comes to utility, it's a 3. This might be kind of MCU slash what if, kind of a gray area. I can see this figure actually being an amazing just fodder for customizers or simply background characters, right? I can see people army building this as just creating background blue characters from Special Planet. So I feel like this one in utility is a 3, okay? When it comes to longevity, yeah, this is a 2. This is not something that if you get it, you're yeah, great, you got it. You're not gonna have like a grail piece in the in the future, and it's likely that it's probably going to be re-released. So, and I'm sure that you can get this one later without too much hassle. Now the price point is a 3. I feel like you do get quite a bit considering you get so many Build-A-Figure pieces here. Okay, because you get Atu's chest, torso, the cape, and the headpiece. So there's a lot of plastic, so I can see that there's an offset here. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to pass on this one. It is just an 11, right? But at the end of the day, it's a pretty good figure. I'm gonna be looking out for this one on sales for sure. Now, Zombie Cap. Whoa, Zombie Cap is awesome. I absolutely love this one. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the rankings. Aesthetics, I'm gonna have to give this one a 4. Okay, it is so unique, right? I don't think Marvel Legends, the Hasbro Marvel Legends team, has ever done anything like this, and that's why I feel like this is a perfect get. Okay, I love all the sculpting, the actual holes through the leg. I don't know how flimsy that's gonna make the articulation, but I can definitely dig the style. Utility 3. Of course, it's a Captain America, and this is a zombie. There's so many creative pictures you can make with this. Okay, so definitely this is a 3 for me. Longevity, yeah, this is a 3. I think this is a very special figure. I feel like being the first of the zombie line, something completely new. I feel like if you keep one on ice, you might be looking at a good payout down the line. In addition to that, I don't think it's going to be re-released, soon. Okay, maybe re-released later, but I will grab this one right away. Price point. Now this one hurts because while everything up to this point has been hit after hit after hit, unfortunately, if you look at the box, it's empty. And this is something I call the Captain America curse. They feel like just throwing the shield in there, calling it a day, and that's just not okay. We saw the same thing with Sam Wilson's, the Captain America. He only had the shield and that was it. Really lackluster, and it kind of sucks. Okay, I would have loved to seen alternative hands on this one. You could have skipped the alternative faces, but yeah, give me an accessory, right? We're already in territory where we're getting like the Thanos skull as an accessory. Come on, we can do this. Okay, this one is a 12. All right, I'm not gonna grab it, but I am teetering in that direction. Okay. All right. Now let's go down to more what ifs. This one specifically is going to be a Spider-Man figure combined with Doctor Strange. Already off the bat, I can tell you this is a number 1. This is awful for me. I think on my Instagram I called it trash. Okay, and while the actual Spider-Man figure may have great articulation, good paint apps, the head sculpt looks okay, at the end of the day, it's just another Spider-Man figure, we've had so many Spider-Mans already. Getting one doesn't really make it special, right? You need to throw me something different. And just by putting a hard shell of Doctor Strange's coat, which honestly is just something that is going to be shelved, right? Because everyone's going to want to put a cloth goods to that. So already number 1 in aesthetics. Utility, again, number 1. I have other Spider-Mans that can do the same job. I have other coats that can do the same. Longevity, this is a 2. Definitely you can miss this one, and it's not really going to hurt you all that much. You're pretty sure you can pick this up later. And price point for 22 for this, nuh-uh. Okay, as a matter of fact, I would have given it a 1, but there is still a lot of plastic, so it's okay. This one gets a 6 and is the definite pass for me. Now we're going into the kind of wish list and promising future territory. We're looking at a Doctor Strange, and we all know, if you collect Marvel Legends, we all know that we desperately need a classic Doctor Strange. We already got a Dormammu, okay? Let's get a classic Doctor Strange, and this one is close. And I can tell you, this body's going to be reused, at the very least the torso piece, on a probably vintage carded Doctor Strange, okay? I'm calling it. It might come in the same vein. Give me a second. Who's calling me right now? Terrible timing. Sorry. Yeah, I'm calling that this one is going to be probably re-released with the Fantastic Four, vintage card back, just like the original toy. Okay. Now that said, you do get a lot of things in this one, right? I love that hand animation, but at the end of the day, that phase is a little rough. It's a little rough. I don't like it. So let's go ahead and just do aesthetics. Aesthetics gets a 2. While there is promising elements, this is still not the Doctor Strange that I want, and that hard shell cape is awful. Utility number 3, yeah. You know what? Even though it's not the classic we want, I can see people using this one, maybe head swapping with the classic Toy Biz, Marvel Legends, Doctor Strange. There may be possibilities there. Longevity, this is a 2. Just wait. They're going to re-release your classic Doctor Strange. There is no need to rush for this one in my account. Okay, and price point, this is a 2. You're not getting much out of this. I don't really like it when they do one alternative hands. I like to get a set of hands, so I don't see why they didn't give me 2 incantations. If they would have given me 2 incantation hands, right, that would have been great just for that, just to get that accessory. But at the moment, it's going to be a 9, and it's going to be a pass for me. Okay? Hey, and I see action figure expert over here. Hello, hello. How's it going? Nice seeing you. I'm talking some Marvel Legends over here. Peggy Carter. Okay, when I saw this one, I just have to say wholesome. Okay? Aesthetics, for me, is a 4. This figure doesn't really... It's not over the top. Okay? But it is absolutely wholesome. The design is nice, clean, cut, contained. Okay? And it looks like they actually finally figured out how to make that type of boots while not impeding, right, the articulation. So that's great. Utility. I think this one is a 2. Might have been a little bit harsh on retrospect, but you know what? It's a 2 because I don't have as many of these figures, so I'm going to dock it down in that one. Longevity, I think this is a 3. Right, I think this figure is actually going to be very, very special. Right, I love the design, and price point. I think this is absolutely fair. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'm going back and actually give it a 3 for utility. You can use it for a lot of poses, but at the end of the day, this one gets a 3 on my book. Okay, a 12 on my book, and this one I'm just not gonna rush it. Okay. Now T'Challa. T'Challa as StarLord. Again, in the what if territory. Aesthetics, let me get this one out of the way. 1, I do not like this look. Not the character design. I don't like the stylized, how stylized this is. I had the same problem with the Into the Spider-Verse type of design. The Peter B. Parker, while it was a nice figure, right? I saw a lot of people just shelving this one because it was just not as nice, It was just, it doesn't fit with the other, with the other line of characters. So there's very limited utility, which is why I also gave it a 1. And I'm not a fan of the aesthetic, okay? That really cartoonish, no, it reminds me of the Space Jam toys, It's just something I do not care for. Longevity, I think this is a 2. I think you're not really going to be hurting all too much if you miss out on this one. Pretty sure you can backtrack and pick this one up without too much trouble, right? I do like the mask and the color scheme with the gold, the purple, and the black looks great. But other than that, I don't know. This stylization is not for me. Price point, this is a 2 because if you look at the box, you're just getting a head, which granted is a large head, right? And no alternative hands, no fists, right? Come on, that's kind of a missed opportunity here, okay? And I don't know about you, but I think he's missing a belt. I think he would look cool with an actual like belt with a lot of pockets. Again, this is a 6 for me, and it's a pass. It's not something I'm gonna rush to get. All right, now for the bath. Okay, the bath is A2 or the Watcher. Now this is Hasbro's first attempt at a A2, and although they took their artistic liberties, it looks good. Okay, aesthetics, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 2. It looks good, but you can't deny that the classic comic book one has gravitas. Okay, it has that presence. Okay, which honestly kind of brings the score down for this one. Like the other one is just so iconic that this one doesn't really a measure. And the other thing, honestly, went from 3 to 2 is because the asymmetrical sleeves drive me nuts. I hate it. Give me 2 sleeves or give me no sleeves whatsoever. Don't give me one or not the other. It looks just odd. Okay, it might work on clothes, on like actual, fabric, but on hard plastics, a little rough. I would have preferred no sleeves. Okay. Utility, this is a 2 because yes, you can create quite a few pictures with your Stan Lee figure, your, all the other characters, but ultimately, he's not a character that's going to be posed quite a bit. So if you look at it, right, you're not going to get too much creativity out of this one, other than just him on the background, him having a discussion. So to me, in my dioramas, I'm not going to be able to get it. Let's see. Action Figure Expert says, no wonder Marvel Select should have released the Watcher figure a few months ago. I remember they had some of Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah. I actually could not get that one, and it was such a weird thing that Diamond Select actually re-released that really old figure, because that figure is outdated. Okay, that figure is outdated. It has those the hinge hands that they don't look as great, but the head sculpt, the design is perfect. So yeah, because of that, the design on this one goes down. Okay, longevity. This is a 3. It's okay. All right. You can rest assured that we're going to get a comic book accurate Watcher in the future, right? Maybe we can get the same type of like body and head. It's just they're just gonna change the deco. I can definitely see them do this, right? So, and for the price point, this is a 3. This is a bath. This is a Build-A-Figure. I think it's okay. I don't care for the fact that there's that extra code piece that they just threw it in there, right? But I think this is fair, all right? Ultimately, this is not a Build-A-Figure I'm going to be looking to complete. I'm going to bank on the fact that this is going to be 100% released as a some sort of exclusive, like the Vulture or the Monster Venom, right? So this is going to have a re-release for sure. So not sweating this one too much. Okay. All right. So far, we have seen a ton of figures, the entire wave, and not a single one of them, okay, are going to be pre-ordered by yours truly. Okay. Some of them got close. I'm looking at you, Peggy Carter, right? But I might have to break the bank for this one. Okay. The Hydra Stomper. At the beginning, I thought this was an actual enemy type of mech, right? But I think this is actually Steve Rogers piloting it, so it's a good guy character, right? But aesthetics, oh, this gets a 3. This looks just amazing. I love the intricate, tank-like designs, that random type of like, not random, you can actually see that they thought out as far as how the person is going to climb onto this mecha, onto the mech suit. They put a little steps over here. I like the rivets of the steel. It looks so good. And the steampunk type of jetpack looks absolutely amazing. The aesthetics, they nailed it 100%. Okay? Not too crazy about those hinges on the arm. They look like they might start to flare out like the McFarlane ones. But, okay, let's go ahead and look at utility. Because utility for this one is a 4. I honestly can see this thing being army built and redecoed with Hydra-like, you know, tattoos or just paint, right? This is going to be just absolutely amazing in pictures. So many potentials, so many like customizations, etc. This gets a 4, hands down. Longevity also gets a 4. You can bet your bottom dollar that this figure is going to go up in price, and that as the as time moves forward, you're going to be glad you picked it up. Okay, this figure is absolutely great. It's going to give you quite a bit of versatility. Now, the one thing that kind of hurts in this one is the price point, because while it is a big figure, I don't know if it's $52 plus tax and shipping expensive. Okay, I don't think that price point is accessible for for most collectors, especially considering that Hasbro just has asked us to back Galactus. Okay, so 52 and $400 at the same time, it's a little rough, guys. Okay, a little rough. So, but at the end of the day, it meets my mark. It's a 13 or higher. Therefore, this is a pre-order. Okay, I would wish to pre-order more than one, but I think I'm gonna have to stick with the 1. Okay, because it's just gonna be expensive. Okay, hopefully this ones are able to stay in stock. Okay, for a long period of time, a la Mythic Legions, right? Whew. But at the moment, I'm looking at this one, and I'm getting it. Right now, we were talking about army building, right? So let's talk about army building. Hand ninjas. Again, this is the re-release of that red hand ninja we got in the Stiltman wave. Okay, the only thing is that now this ones have the more like dark, and not because their suit is black, but because they have like the zombie type of face, right? Which a lot of people were missing from the first ones, right? They look just like a random ninja. Okay, but let me pause. Action Figure Expert has a comment over here that says, I was afraid after MODOK that all upcoming deluxe figures were going to be 50. Okay, I hope that it's not true when the Hydra Stomper and Vulture are that price. Yeah, they are. Now, I don't know about Vulture, okay, but definitely the Stomper is $52. Okay, that is pretty pricey up there. Okay, and even though it's just a deluxe figure, right? I don't know. Well, hopefully, I'm with you. Hopefully they stay at 30, because that seems like a good price. Maybe 32. Okay. Aesthetics. Do I like this ninja? Yes, I do like the ninja, but the G.I. Joe classified ninjas right there, guys. Okay, that ninja is just amazing. Okay, so it's the constant race between the hand ninjas the Hasbro's releasing and the ones that are always in stock at Hasbro Pulse, from G.I. Joe line. Oh my god, that ninja is so great. It comes with so many accessories, so much better for your, you get more bang for your buck. Okay, so aesthetic, this one isn't as great, not for me. Utility, while this is an army builder, again, by this point in time, you've already army built ninjas from G.I. Joe. You already built, red hand ninjas from the Stiltman wave. Are you going to do it again? No, you probably have enough ninjas, right? So the utility is a 2, not something I'm going to rush to get. Longevity, okay, this ones are going to probably stay in stock. Probably going to go, they're going to be sold out if they're not sold out already. But they're going to come back, okay, and they're going to stay there for a while. Okay, I'm looking at you, Hydra Soldier, okay? And for the price point, this is a 4, okay? While this is a, it's a simple figure, the price reflects that, and I like that. Okay, you have to give credit where credit is due. Now, what sucks was that you already paid for, or at least people already paid for, maybe 5 of these at a $21 price point, right? Kind of pouring salt on the wound here, okay? Whew. So at the end of the day, this is going to be an 11. It's a definite pass for me. I already have plenty of hand ninjas. I can even paint the GI Joe ones, right? So not something I'm rushing to get. All right, reaching down to the end now, closer to, we have 2 more figures. And this one is a deluxe, just like Action Figure Expert just mentioned, right? We have the Vulture. Now, this Vulture is from the MCU, right? And it's a great build-a-wing, right? It's the build a accessory, right? I like it. I really think the wings look cool. Don't really care for the fact that Vulture can't snap off his boots from the talons. That's just something that kills the figure, in my opinion. Okay, I do not care for it. Okay. Now, when it comes to the release, this is going to be a Target exclusive. Okay, which is going to make it hard to get at the beginning, but hopefully, supply kind of flows. I like the paint deco this has. It looks great, but I'm just going to pass on it. I think we've had enough Vulture for a while. And but I like the fact that if people didn't get this figure back in the day, they can get it. And they have some like upgrades to the fist and arms and everything. It looks cooler. Okay. So now let's go for our rating. Okay. Now for aesthetics. Okay. Aesthetics, this is going to get a 2. Okay. It looks great, but it's nothing special, right? And it still has the problem of the feet, okay? Utility, this gets a 1. If you wanted this figure, if you really wanted this figure, right? You already had it, right? If you didn't want the figure at the beginning, I don't see you being motivated to get it now, okay? So utility is a number 1 for me. Longevity, this is a 3. Right, this is a build-a-figure. Build-a-figures are usually priced okay after a while, and it is an exclusive, which makes it a little bit more desirable. So I think it's going to be all right. Okay. Plus, right, if you get it, I'm pretty sure you can have fun with it. Have a couple of pictures out. So this thing is going to be great. Price point. Okay. This honestly is a question mark for me. If it's $30, great. If it's 52, forget it. Change this to 1 or a 0, but it's not possible. Okay, but at the moment it's going to get an 8. Okay, solid 8. This is a pass for me, but I'm glad if you've been wanting an MCU Vulture and it's been missing from your shelves for months and years, there it is. All right, so now we have Binary. Okay, now Marvel's Binary. It's a character I'm not too familiar with. But when I look at it, I don't see anything that we haven't seen before. Okay? Sure, this character is brand new in the line. I don't think it has been released but at Marvel Legends line, so it's cool. Aesthetics, again, I know I did some research and I know that this looks just like the character, but at the same time, it's not a character I care for at the beginning. Therefore, that's going to bring down the score for me. Not really looking forward to this. Utility. For me personally, it's a 1 because I don't particularly collect cosmic-like characters other than Galactus and Ghost Riders and, Space Ghost Rider and Silver Surfer. There you go. Okay, so not in a rush to get this one, right? If I look at it, if I see it on the pegs at Walgreens, like that's gonna happen. I'll pick it up, but if not, then I'm gonna pass on this one. Longevity, this is a 3 because while it's not a figure that's for me, being a Walgreens exclusive, this is gonna be highly sought after. Okay, so if you get it and if you see it, I will get it just for that. All right, if you're planning on reselling it, that's great. If you wanted to keep it on ice, awesome. But if you've been really enjoying the cosmic characters, right? I definitely understand that this is awesome. Okay. Action Figure Expert says that actually uh, there was a Tigra figure back in 2028 and somewhere around there. Yeah, this is Tigra. And Tigra is coming up. Action Figure Expert is the next one. Okay, it's the last one. We're almost there. And price point is a 3. I think this is a solid offering. I would have liked to see a powered down hair if that's possible, right? But other than that, I like this figure, but it's just not for me. Okay, solid 9. It's a pass. If I see it on the shelves, I might pick it up. Okay, but if you see it and you're enjoying the cosmic characters, I'm happy for you. Okay, all right. Now for Tigra. Okay. Whoo. Now, but I'm talking about Tigra now, Action Figure Expert. So Tigra. Whew. Aesthetics. Already, this is a 4. This figure looks gorgeous. Okay, it looks beautiful. Head sculpts are great. I like the fact that we have an alternative head sculpt with her furl type of expression, right? I love that the fact that we finally have double jointed elbows on the figure. I was debating to give it a 3, okay, because this is not the type of ab articulation that this figure needs. Okay, this figure, right, needs to go in really low crouch positions, and as we all know, this type of joint on the upper torso does not get enough range. Okay, most of the time with my female figures that I want them to kind of like lower a little bit, right, I have to like peg them and create another hole in the back, right? So if you see my Instagram, there's a picture of Omega Sentinel doing a kickflip with a skateboard, right? And you see how her torso is actually moved really far forward. What I did for that one is that I actually unplugged it and I created another port right behind it and I plugged it in. That gives me that arching mobility that I want. And I know that this one I'm gonna have to do the same. Okay, it's possible, but we should start figuring something out. But just because we're starting to see double jointed elbows on female figures, I went ahead and gave this one a 4. Okay, simple as that. Utility. The utility for me is a 2 because I haven't been collecting this particular team of Avengers. Okay, it's not my team of Avengers. I'm not familiar with this, character at all. But I know that a lot of people have been wanting an updated version. So if that's you, it's amazing. Okay, for me, it's a 2. Okay, longevity. This is gonna be a 3. This is gonna be a highly sought after figure just because of how complete it is, how good it looks, and it comes in a retro card back. Okay, I can see a lot of people getting 2 of these, right? So if you see it, get one, right? And I can see people being happy with this figure for a long time, from here until the next release in a few years. So, great. Price point, this is a 3. I think it looks great. Okay, if it's a 22, maybe 25, that's great. I think you can get it, and it's pretty much everywhere, right? So I think this is fair, and this adds up to 13, which means that this is a instant pre-order for me. Okay? Whew. Those were a lot of Marvel Legends, guys. It's incredible. Okay? So that is it. Those were all the figures, as far as I can remember, right, that were released this past Fan First Wednesday, okay, or Thursday. I don't remember anymore. So if you have your must or busts, what are you gonna pre-order? What are you gonna pass on? Leave it down in the chat below. Okay, leave it in the comments. I would love to read it. Right? I think that this figure has this wave. This wave has a little bit for everyone, right? So if you enjoy those figures, great. More power to you. At the moment, there's only 2. I'm really gonna rush to get. All the other ones I can get slowly as time passes on, because there's going to be sales. There's going to be offers out there. So do not feel like you have to rush and get everything released out there, guys. Work with your budget, create kind of rubrics for you, and I guarantee you, this hobby is going to be fun in the long run. Okay? With that said, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for sticking around all this entire wave. We will have much more videos in the future, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified when new videos will be showing up. Until then, this is Max with Toy Box Travelers, and I will see you